So let's see here. Before I give this away to a friend, I thought I would make a video about what I like about my new one and why I got another one when I already had one. This one goes to 3 inches here. And if you want to cut a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, then you pull out this little arm, which doesn't seem like a big deal. But even if you're just using 8 by 11 or even a 4 by 6 piece of paper, you got to pull this arm out. I put some marks here on the side because when you've got the paper pushed up against there, you can't see those numbers. And then it does a good job. So let's cut this into 6 inches. So I'm going to show you, before I give this to a friend, I need to replace the blade. So I thought I would show you that as well. So once it starts getting a little bit ragged when you cut it, you know it's time to replace the blade, and that's very easy to do. I like this well enough, but if I'm not paying close enough attention, sometimes I'll cut into the picture when I'm just trying to cut off the white edge. The main reason I got this one, this also has a pull-out thing, but I never ever use it because if I want to cut this to 6 inches, I don't have to pull the little arm out. I just line this up here, and so now if I want to cut to 4 inches, here is the little lines. I can line it up there, push it here, and I know I'm at 4 by 6 because it says so. So if I was going to cut it to 4 by 6, I would go like this. And here is the beauty of it. Not having to pull that little arm out just to cut a 4 by 6 is one of the big reasons I like it, but even more, I love this feature. You can see here, there's a little wire showing exactly where the cut is going to be. So if you're cutting a photo and you just want to cut off the white edge, you're going to see exactly where it's cutting. You don't have to think, okay, I think I'm going to get right up against the edge. Where that little piece of wire is exactly where it's going to cut. So you're not going to cut anyone's head off accidentally and ruin a photo. I've seen people complain that their blade is rubbing up against it. I've had this for over a year. The blade is lasting a really good long time. I don't think I've ever replaced the blade. I use this a lot, almost daily maybe. And the way to get the blade out, there's a little kind of notch at the very end, and you just slide it to that notch and it'll pull right off. You can see this has got a lot of use. It's still cutting nicely. When it was not cutting all that well, I just take it out and I turn it around so that I'm cutting with the other side of the blade. It does cut in both directions, but I usually cut up this way all the time. So then I just turn it around, or I can just cut this direction. That is what I like so much. This was probably maybe $20, and this was maybe $12 or $13. And I think for the extra $7, you're going to be really happy that you got the one with the wire. Even though this takes more space, it's super skinny. You can slide it sideways on any shelf. It is an awkward shape, but it's very skinny. You can slide it alongside your computer. It's not hard to store. I'm going to put a new blade on this before I give it to my niece. Here are some blades. These were $8.99 at Hobby Lobby, but of course a 40% coupon, so it was probably around $5 or $6. These are titanium. I thought I'd give it a try with the 40% off, only $1 more or so than the $5.99 regular Fiskars replacement blades. It says style 1. You're going to take this out, and then you just take this, see this little notch here? You just drop it right in there, and then it's locked on. So let's see how that works. Let me see if it looks different. Titanium. It's probably exactly the same thing as the other ones. Okay, so the same thing for here. Oh, it says that it works on any triple track. Okay, so let's see if it works better. At 4 by 6, just line it up like that. I don't know. I suppose it's a sharper cut. So let's do these. Let's try this one by cutting it into 3 by 4. See, if I wanted to just cut this 4 inches long, I'd have to pull this dumb thing out. So, I mean, 4 inches. You'd think you wouldn't have to do that for 4 inches. Yeah, that's a much better, nice sharp cut. It's almost like it was the original straight edge. Excellent. Here's another great thing about this little wire, is that even if you want to go straight, you can. Let's do that. But let's say you want to cut it at an angle. You know, usually you're using this guide up here to show you what's straight, but what if you wanted to cut it, and bring it out a little bit, What if you wanted to cut it along this line, since the picture wasn't taken straight? You can do that along that line. Yeah, this little handle thing here, you hold down to keep pressure on the picture. So I left a little bit of white so I can make one more cut. Now let's do it with no white at all, but without cutting off, let's say, his feet and back and stuff. That little wire just really helps you know exactly where you're cutting. Okay, here's what I cut off. Let's see how that looks. That's just pretty perfect.